question a little.
Maybe I didn't get it.
I think I'm happy to hear of the healthy relationship with your town council, because that's paramount. But I think that the pressure on school districts is going to be worse this year, if in fact the excise reduction or disappearance of the excise tax rebate to the municipalities truly holds. And there are different opinions statewide about whether that's going to hold or not. But if it does, that means the municipal side takes a big hit.
Sure.
Now, my question to you is, if Jamestown signed on with Narragansett and you suddenly had an influx of money, tuition funds, would your town council not perhaps be tempted, I think as most town councils would, to say, aha, there's revenue, so
Now
let's
I
cut that.
understand your question.
So,
That's a little more clear.
what guarantee do we have that the tuition money would actually be used to enrich your programs for our kids?
When I just wanted to add on, I think one of the things that we've worked really hard for, again, is the relationship and the lines of communication with our town council. You know, we're mandated to meet with them once a year, and it was been one of our goals that we developed to increase that communication. So even today, I think we've had 3 full meetings with them, more meetings planned, because I think, you know, besides just meeting with them that one time before budget season, you need to meet with them throughout the year so they understand, you know, what are our concerns, what are our needs. You know, one of our issues is that our enrollment isn't taking that steady decline that it used to. In past years, our enrollment was declining. With that, we're able to reduce the number of staff members appropriately, so we're able to cut our budget by reducing the number of teachers, but not impacting programming, because, you know, we're able to save some money in that way. So I think it's just that ongoing communication with the town council. If we're able to partner with you, it's clear that the town council needs to really understand, well, what is this partnership, what does it involve? You know, if we just meet with them one time a year and they don't really understand what's going on, I can see exactly what you're saying. Well, you know, times are tough, we've lost our state aid, we've lost this, we've got that extra money, let's use that to reduce the bottom line, you know, with our taxes and stuff. I think it's that communication has to be ongoing with them throughout the year. And if we are, you know, fortunate to move ahead with this partnership, our town council really needs to understand, what is this partnership? What is the tuition being used for, you know, X, Y, Z? They have to understand that.
May I to answer a little more of the question, how I understand it. Our town council has never cut instruction, as long as I can, and that I can remember. What they've cut is our surplus. And what our surplus always went for, and we explained our surplus to them and said, for instance, last year, we want $200,000 to go towards the town budget. We want $250,000 to go towards our buildings. This is of our previous year's surplus. And we want $100,000 to go over the slush fund over here. And of the $850,000, they decided that they wanted to change that around. They needed to do more money. And they changed that around. They did not touch our programs. They did not touch on instruction. Our townspeople would hang them.
And just to add on,
when we put your numbers in there, we are going to line item your numbers and say, these are the costs. This is what we need. Don't touch our budget.
and I think part of what's going to help us do that is, besides our full school committee meeting with their full town council, this year we've established a capital reserve joint committee. So there's 2 members of our school committee that meet with 2 members of the town council, as well as with the town manager and our superintendent. So this is a special committee that's been set up to look at that surplus reserve. Okay, here's our surplus, how should that be allocated? So again, it's more, you know, I think that's...
And Kathy, remember what we said about the very low tax rate right now? We are one of the lowest tax rates in the state of Rhode Island.
Actually, we are the lowest for communities with like services. Narragansett is the lowest tax rate in the state. They are frugal. They beat us up, but we've watched the dollars and we're doing a pretty good job. And think of it, $27 million for 3 schools. That's a pretty healthy number. I think that our taxpayers are reasonably generous to us. And again, if that $20.5 million bond was $25 million, we would still got over 70% votes. Sure. And they recognize the value of education in our and I can see it.
I have one more quick question, and if everybody's, unless somebody wants to jump in. This came out of actually, this was a parent question during the high school review presentation. And the question was about the percentage of suspensions.
Okay.
And it was
I'll tell you
noted
why.
that, if you could just describe, maybe this is a question for you. If you could describe what your policy is on suspension, what constitutes a suspension, and why you have 42.1 incidents per 100 students. That's what I'm looking for. In other words, we're asking you have a bunch of thugs down there.
No, actually, it's just the opposite. That number includes our in-school suspensions as well. So we have far more in-school suspensions than we do have out-of-school suspensions. And when I mentioned earlier that fights, you can count the number of fights on one hand. That doesn't happen. We have a good culture. If someone's disrespectful to a teacher, they're going to be suspended, in-school suspension. Disrespectful to another student, they're going to get in-school suspension. And so most of those numbers that you see is the way that we create the culture in our building. So it's all in school. Very few kids are sent home to an empty house, and very few are out of school suspended.
He was over-reporting. The assistant principal was reporting everything. You don't have to report those. He was.
Do you have a question?